edition of News Review brought to you by Wisdom Yard Television. I am Odunayo Adelere. And with me in the studio this morning,
I'm Ambassador Rochimorilu, son of the prophetess, the man where resemble wicked. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you, wherever we are watching us. Please keep on watching WYTV.
Do not forget to subscribe to all our social media handles. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on X account. We are on TikTok at Wisdom Yard Online TV. You can as well be part of the community on WhatsApp by dialing 07010108549. You can as well be a sponsor for any of the program on this WYTV. As well, you can bring your product. Let's make it known to the whole wide world. We want to appreciate our sponsor, Nokpa Herbals, for always staying through. Nokpa Herbals deals with Nokpa Herbal mixture, Herbal Co, Herbal tonic, Herbal bitters, Herbal flusher powder, Herbal energy powder. You can adorn your health with Herbal. Health is wealth. You know how we do it on the show. Bring to news that made to the top. We'll go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk on the one we should talk about, but we will not be the only one talking. You can as well drop your own comments in the comment section. Let's rub our minds together. So on Punch newspaper this morning, Dangote Petrol, marketers wait as delivering date extended again. NIS probes woman for destroying husband's passport at Lagos Airport. Woman arraigned for ticket forgery, $2,500 fraud. On Vanguard newspaper we have, end blame game, alt bad policies, Labour, Obi, Lukman tells Tinubu. North shouldn't have business with poverty, Shettima. There is nothing to show Tinubu is prepared to solve Nigeria's problem, Atiku. On Daily Post newspaper we have, food inflation dropping, prices of yam, tomatoes declining, Tinubu's aid on Onuga. Tackle hunger, insecurity, Anglican bishop urges Nigerian government. NNPC should be held accountable for Nigeria's woe, CNPP. These are the news that made it to the top. Let's go on a short commercial break to our sponsor. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stop. Don't go nowhere, stay tuned, we'll be right back.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Herbal Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
Yeah, welcome back from that short commercial break. So without wasting much of our time, the first one here says, North shouldn't have business with poverty, Vice President Shettima says.
Well, to me, it's a very good thought and is a very welcome idea, in the sense that I believe the governors of those north area there, they might have known the challenges that they were facing there before coming out to contest for the governorship election. Number one, I could remember some years back, some of the governors, I've forgotten the state. If I remember, then I'll mention that state. That when immediately it came in, the first thing they did was to move all the almajiris out from the street. You know, this set of people that are not well educated, whatever that was given into their brain is what they are going to digest into their system.
Yes.
Most of them were being used for this Boko Haram based on how they brainwashed them. The governor made sure they were all taken from the street and enrolled them into a school where he organized free feeding to them. Okay. Now, let's go into the area of farming. They have a very good land in the northern part of the area. Fertile land. There is nothing bad in all the governors of those northern area, at least to organize a sector in which those set of children will be brought to school after their first leaving school. Then they can enroll them into farming, impose some mechanism that they can use for farming. Are you getting to what I'm saying? So they don't have excuse for poverty. So it depends on the leader that they have there.
Vice President Kashim Shettima has said that it is wrong to insinuate that President Bola Tinubu has neglected the northern region. He said the northern region has no business with poverty as Almighty Allah has blessed the region with everything. He spoke in an interview with the Radio France RFI Hausa service, monitored by correspondents in Kaduna on Sunday. Commenting on the protest, he said, "In my understanding, we are in a democracy, and democracy has given a citizen the right to voice his grievances, but in a peaceful manner. What we are running away from is politicians with bad intentions and hoodlums to cause a commotion that will lead to anarchy. That's what we've been running from, and unfortunately, it happened." But the president is a complete politician who will never deny any citizen his right. But what happened was quite unfortunate and disturbing to the society and to the government how things happened. This, if I'm to look at it very well, before Tinubu came in power, he kind of favored the North.
Exactly the point. Exactly the point. And then he was using that means to campaign to them. He was using that means to campaign to them.
While everybody in the Southeast are trying to curb the peaceful protest, it was becoming alarming in the North.
Yes, the reason why it becomes an alarming in the North works that, you see, most of the, okay, for instance now, an army killed a 16-year-old boy. What is a 16-year-old boy looking for in the street to come out to a protest of hunger? What is he looking for?
According to the research, the boy was not did not join the protest.
That he was
just looking. He was an onlooker.
When you look at the video that went viral on social media, on the northern part of the country with the southern part of the country, have you ever seen a young boy coming out to protest?
No.
In Lagos here?
No.
Those areas, because they were Haidu.
And an Haidu hand is the
workshop of the devil. And let me tell you this. It's the child that was not being educated. Whatever you offer the child
is what it will take.
It's what the child is going to take.
On the problems belating the North and whether the government has anything in stock for the region, the Vice President said, really the government has good intentions to help our people in the North. Not even in the South now, it is in the North. We have a foundation that will assist in the field of agriculture, and 100 billion was put aside. For that purpose, we intend to assist 500 million farmers. You and I know that the majority of farmers are in the North. You and I know that majority of farmers are in the North. Furthermore, it is due to the love for our people that the president established the Ministry of Livestock, and we all know the majority of the livestock herders are in the North. Also, from the government's food reserves, we brought out about 42,000 tons of food because of the high cost of living and high cost of foodstuffs. We want to bring an end to our people's suffering. For government workers, you know there is an increase in the minimum wage from 30,000 naira to 70,000 naira. Also, I would like to reiterate to our people that the president has good intentions and has been commending them. Inshallah, that is by the will of Allah. Whatever step that should be taken, that will be done to help them. We know they are in hardship. We commiserate with them. That is coming from the Vice President. That the government has the pain of the Nigerians at heart.
When the president was giving them money before the election.
Most especially those in the North.
They didn't come out to say anything bad about their.
Something happened in the North. 100 million
outbreak. There was a fire outbreak in one of their market there. The president went ahead to go and give them 50 million.
One happened in Ibadan. We did not hear anything about it. So
nothing happened. The bomb blast that happened in Ibadan, nothing happened from the presidency to those people that were being affected.
He just did it as an anonymous.
If he did it as anonymous, I believe some set of people will come out and say, okay, we are in a social media era in which whatever you do, even if you cough today, people are out there to carry it out.
There is nothing to show Tinubu is prepared to solve Nigeria's problems, says Atiku.
Well, if Atiku is saying this, with what happened during the hashtag end bad governance, you can see with the president's speech, the president is not ready to solve it.
Even the
with what we have seen. Because I could remember 3 days before the protest.
Okay.
There was a meeting held in Abuja where the senators were running their tasket. In fact, it pains me most, and I'm sure I'm so ashamed of Akpabio to have come out and say, okay, you go out and protest there.
We'll be here
eating. No problem. One day you will eat. And don't let me use that language. Let me forget about that side. Okay. Because let me tell you this. You see, this word is just a word of karma. Whatever you do today will surely catch up with you. Will catch up with you tomorrow. Now, after their meeting, they came out to announce that they have opened an outlet within 24 hours. An outlet has been opened all over the country where we are going to buy A bag of rice for 40,000 naira, 50 kg of Bible. At the end of the day, when the protest went on, 5 days after the protest, I think 7 days, the outlets has been closed. They said, okay, the first thing they mentioned was, they said was that the civil servant should go and register for the rise of 40,000 naira. The following day, they came out that the outlets has been shut down. Automatically, you will know that the president has turned the deaf ear to the yearning of the people, not until when everything escalates. And if a protest is going to arise again, and let me tell you this, if the protest is going to come up, the protest will just suddenly rise. There won't be any preparation or anything of awareness.
I was even surprised that even though they announced that the protest was going to come up, they were still able to do the little that they did. Because I know Nigeria to be a place whereby you say what is on your mind, you can no longer bring it into fulfillment. But now, I just hope the next protest they want to embark on, I just hope
the president is not clear on what is going on. Yesterday or day before yesterday was when I think it was day before yesterday when they end the protest. Now, what the president could do yesterday was to send some delegates to Niger Republic, Mali, and Burkina Faso
to end the rift
between them. That the military, the military man that is governing the country should come back. They should give the government back to the civilian. The same civilians that has been ruling the affairs of the country, ruining the affairs of the country, where the people of the country that have been shouting, look, go to Burkina Faso, look at what Traoré is doing, see the kind of honor that was being given to Traoré. Are you expecting those set of people now to come out and say, okay, Traoré, we want you to give it back to the civilian?
Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has said if by now the President Bola Tinubu-led All Progressives Congress APC administration hasn't realized the enormity of the suffering of Nigerians, it means it wasn't ready for governance from the start. Atiku, who spoke through his media advisor Paul Ibe, explained that it was disappointing that the administration had to wait for Nigerians to take to the streets to draw its attention to what has become the desperate times we've been forced to live in. He said, there were certainly challenges before now. That is why you were given the mandate. We know so many things were done wrong under Buhari. The economy went into recession twice under the last APC administration because it knows nothing about economics, nepotism, corruption were at high. Whatever Buhari did wrong, we are seeing a higher dimension under Tinubu. What we are watching today is Buhari Pro Max, what we are witnessing. Divisions under Buhari have become cartels under this government. How can the cost of basic food items come down when farmers can still not go back to their farms due to insecurity? That's question number one. Look at all the drama over the Dangote refinery. This is one refinery that the last administration, in spite of its failings, invested $20 billion taxpayer money in. We are thought by now our domestic needs will be met and exports will generate the much needed foreign exchange for our development. But here we are asking questions. What is going on? Did this administration enter into any partnership with foreign interests to ruin
to ruin the affairs of this country?
Sadly, there is nothing in the horizon to show that this government is ready to solve our nation's problem. And let's leave the fact that Atiku and Tinubu are rivals in politics.
The truth must be told because
regardless of where it is coming from.
Let me tell you this: when they talk of political propaganda, the same way the APC so-called members are complaining is also the way the PDP members are complaining. Where the APC members that are the grassroots giving money to come out by the opposition party to come and complain that the hunger in the land is too much. It's all over everywhere.
This is actually
the same amount that the PDP member at the grassroots are buying fuels in the filling station is the same amount where the APC are also buying fuels. So for instance, now you will not get to market and say, okay, because I'm an APC member, you need to sell what they are selling for 85,000 now. You need to sell it for 30,000 now for me. It is not done.
Atiku said under Buhari we witnessed something that is terrible. But you know, once something gets to the point of pro-max,
you remember when the election is around the corner, there was this Prime Tayo when he was minister. He said he told you during the period of Buhari that if you vote APC, no problem. That he's not a politician, no.
And he cannot tell you who to vote for.
I can't tell you who to vote for, but vote wisely. When Buhari came in, Buhari did shege to the whole country, most especially the southern part of this country.
Okay.
When he kept mute about the Fulani herdsmen killing banditry. Now, when the second, when the era of Tinubu was coming in, he came out also. He said, I told you I warned you. Then, during the Buhari, that I didn't say you shouldn't vote APC, but if you vote APC, right now, during Buhari regime was shege. But
shege is coming.
Shege is coming. Now, with what the man have said, I believe the video went viral on social media.
We are hardly into the government.
Tinubu would have used the opportunity to say, okay, oh, the shege that this one is referring, I will not allow that shege to happen.
I will turn it into something good.
Something good. I remember, I saw the video that went viral. I've forgotten the name of this old woman. I believe the woman is so precious.
That Tinubu went to meet.
Went to visit the woman. The woman was praying when Tinubu came in. Then the woman was telling Tinubu that this hunger is too much. With what Buhari has turned the country to, that he was the one that brought Buhari. Please, I'm begging you, make sure that that the woman said, if she promised that she's going to vote Tinubu by the grace of God, she used one language then, that inshallah, that Tinubu will emerge as the president of the country.
Inshallah, Tinubu has emerged.
Make sure you bring everything down to the comfort of the old Nigerians. Now, what do we have?
We have comfort. Comfort Pro Max. The last but not the least, tackle insecurity, hunger. Anglican bishop urges Nigerian government. This is not the time to come out to talk. When you were supposed to talk, everybody were moved. Nobody is ready to say the truth because you were scared of saying the truth and not get the allocation you are supposed to get from the government. Now, everything has gotten to brim, whereby you can no longer endure it again. You are not coming out to talk.
You know how long people have been coming out to say
tackle insecurity,
hunger, tackle security, all this the different kind of thoughts. Let me tell you this. I believe this government has so adamant to the extent in which they have a stony heart. Once they say this is where they are going, nobody can change. You see all this announcement coming out. I remember when there was during this NSAS protest, there was a conference meeting that Tinubu attended. You know, during the NSAS, there was an agenda, there was a proposal, there was an agenda, there was a list that the people of Lagos State brought, what Tinubu's family alone were holding, the position they were holding in Lagos. They thought,
one of the daughters is Iyaloja.
They talked about Iyaloja, they talked about the Lekki toll gate fee. They talked about the Light Up Lagos, they talked about the BRT.
That's massive.
It was about 5. They talked about even with the billions of nairas, billions of dollars that are coming in to the purse of the family of Tinubu alone. Then Tinubu made an announcement that, okay, the Iyaloja has been set aside, given an opportunity to another person to become the Iyaloja. He announced it. I have the video on my phone. If I can still search for it. All of a sudden, when Tinubu became the president,
Iyaloja came back on board.
The Iyaloja came back on board, which is still Tinubu's daughter. You remember what happened? Tinubu's daughter went ahead to, I think it was Edo State, wanted to go and appoint Iyaloja on them, and she had to be driven out from that state.
What even happened in the north, whereby they said they should name one street after Sheyi Tinubu, and the question was, who is Sheyi Tinubu in this place? Though the father is the president, but what has Sheyi Tinubu done?
Has to do
for us.
For us, has to do with us in the northern part of the country. Who is he?
Bishop Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, Diocese of Kubwa, Right Reverend Duke Akami Soko, has appealed to the government to quickly tackle the economic challenges bedeviling the country to ameliorate the current hardship. Akami Soko made the appeal on Sunday during the Holy Eucharist for the 20th anniversary Thanksgiving of the Church of Transfiguration Anglican Communion Kubwa with the theme, Arise and Build. He said the economic and political situation of the country has made some Nigerians, including religious leaders, to lose focus. The cleric said, however, that he and many other religious leaders would continue to pray for the right actions and steps to be taken. The economic and social situation in our country is not pleasant and also not encouraging. So, I think political leaders need to listen to the people. I have heard the government saying that it is someone that is engineering protests. It is not true. The hunger, pain, and hardship are the ones engineering the protest. The political leaders, especially the president, should listen to people. In a speech a few days ago, he was telling Nigerians what they have achieved by way of infrastructure. That is not what the people want for now. What they want is food. So everything must be done to put food on the table of the people without stress and pain, he said. But you know one funny thing about this thing is, if the president were to be on seat, face to face with this person, he might not actually say this thing.
Let me tell you this. You see, he might say it in the sense that I saw a video that went viral on social media, where there was a meeting with the Obas, the Yoruba Obas, the Northern Obas all over the country, together with these senators and some honorable members. But Jabi Amila was there when Oni of Ife was given the opportunity to address them. Oni of Ife told them categorically, a fearless warrior, the man that looks into the eye of the lion of the jungle and
there
says,
is nothing lion can do about it.
You are no longer the lion of the jungle, a fearless warrior. He said these people are hungry. They are hungry and they are hungry. That is tired. The Obas are tired of telling them stories. Now, he doesn't know the kind of stories that he's going to tell those youth. Compare the youth of nowadays compared to the youth of the olden days. Their population is growing day by day. Now you left your region, your constituency, down to Abuja. Will you be living in this Abuja for long? No. You left those youth with the Obas, with the palace. When these youth are going to come out, you will not like it. So it's better to do something at this point in time. Because when the time comes now, this set of youth were those people that you are going to carry gun and give to them, cutlasses and give to them to be running about the street, while you people will be at your own house. He told them nothing but the whole truth. And one thing I want you to know, when those set of Obas, I believe, before the protest, they gathered themselves to go and meet Tinubu. Do you know what happened? When they wanted to speak, the media was sent out from the meeting.
Why?
Because they don't want the media to know
what they discussed.
Why are they sending the media out from the meeting? A clear conscience fears in accusation. If you know you don't have any skeleton in your combat, why would you be sending the media out? Even the senators, at times when they talk to some certain extent, they will have to tell the media to leave to vacate the building. Sir, why are they telling them to vacate the building?
Oni of Ife and an Anglican bishop, if we are to put them, they are two entities. You said Oni of Ife is a fearless lion, man.
We have, what about Prime Minister Ayodele? Do you think if Prime Minister Ayodele goes before the president, he won't be able to say what he's saying?
There's a church with doctrine, and there's a church that Prime Minister Ayodele is the founder of his church.
We still have some people that speaks nothing but the whole truth.
Okay, sir.
Something happened in Shagamu. I said it times with that number on this program.
Okay.
When Gbenga Daniel was the governor of Ogun State then, there was a program at the Anglican church along there. We call that church Gogoro in Shagamu. Cathedral. Now, the first lady of that state was invited to that program, but she came late. The bishop or the bishop that was supposed to give the charge, that was supposed to minister to people, has already mounted the pulpit. As the message was going on, the first lady came. You know, the entourage and security personnel was trying to look for where the first lady is going to sit down. You know, all this kind of FEC. Before you get to know, because when she came, when those people were coming in, there was a distraction in the church.
Yeah, because of the nuisance they are constituting.
The nuisance they are constituting. Immediately as the first lady was coming, you know what the bishop said?
What did
the bishop said, First lady, behave yourself. You came late and you are disturbing my sermon. Is he the founder of that church?
No, he's not the founder.
We have men of God that can speak nothing but the truth. We still have them. Not like the ones that harbor the politicians in their church, that their politicians are bringing big titles into their church. They are unable to speak the truth.
I just hope Nigeria will work again and the federal government will actually look at the plight of Nigerians and listen to their heart pain and answer them, provide solutions to whatever we are going through in Nigeria. All right, we've come to the end of News Read today. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, on YouTube, on X account, on TikTok, on Instagram at Wisdom Yard Online TV. We're also on WhatsApp 0701010854. Now you can bring in your advert, bring in your products. Let's make your product known to the whole wide world. You can also sponsor any of the programs showing on this TV. Thank you, Ambassador Ruarotimi.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks to Nokpa Abals for sponsoring this program. So we'll come again on your screen tomorrow. I remain my humble self, Ojunayo Adelere. Be good and be fine. Bye for now.